All please settle down. We'd like to get started on the show. So first of all, I'd like to thank you all for coming. For those of you who don't know, I'm Kapil's older brother. So just a little bit about Kapil before we get started, and in particular his musical talents. Kapil's been a musician for a very long time. He started with the piano when he was fairly young, and it was a bit of a chore. He didn't always want to practice. He went along with that for a couple of years. Gradually, he transitioned into an South Indian percussion instrument known as the mridangam. He really seemed to take to this instrument. He really enjoyed it, and in particular, it reminded him quite a bit of his late grandfather, who was very skilled in this musical instrument and was quite well known in his local area for playing the instrument. As he proceeded with the mridangam, he found that he really enjoyed percussion in particular. Eventually, he transitioned to the instrument that he is going to be playing tonight, which is known as the Ghatam. The Ghatam is a clay pot-like instrument that has a particular tonal quality, and as you'll see tonight, it's a very unique and rare instrument. A little bit about Kapil as a musician and as an individual in general. One of the things I really love about my brother is that he is extremely focused. He is like a laser. Tunnel vision doesn't even do it justice. When he picks something and decides to do it, he sticks with it to the exclusion sometimes of common sense. He's not always able to take things into context because he's so focused on what he wants to do. It's a bit of an inside joke in our family that Kapil won't always know exactly what's going on because Kapil's in Kapil world. For example, just recently, my father and my brother traveled to Chennai in southern India to do some intensive training with Kapil's guru so that he could prepare for the Arangetram tonight. On the way back, as they were stopping in O'Hare and going through TSA and getting all the boxes checked, my dad proceeded through very smoothly. Next came my brother, and the TSA official asked, "Where are you traveling from?" And Kapil promptly answered, "Zurich." At which point my dad had to intervene and say, "No, actually we were traveling from India, my apologies." And that's just an indication of how Kapil is and how he thinks. For him, Zurich was where he came from. Very simple. So, in general, Kapil is a great kid, and he's very committed to whatever he picks, and that's why tonight is so exciting. We're really excited to share with you how much he's grown as a musician and come into his own, and that's what tonight's going to be about. Before we get started, I'd like to introduce the musicians that will be accompanying him tonight. First will be one of his first teachers in percussion, Shankar Vishwanathan. Shankar is a very versatile musician. He's very skilled in both mridangam, the South Indian drum, and an instrument called the morsing, which he will be playing tonight as an accompaniment. By day, Shankar is a very successful entrepreneur and has founded a few very successful IT businesses. And by night, he basically is the Portland area's go-to South Indian percussion instructor. He started a school known as the Shankara Drumming Group so that he could teach Portland area youth about South Indian drumming, and in particular the mridangam. So we're very honored to have him join Kapil tonight. I'd like to invite him on the stage. Also accompanying Kapil tonight, we have a young gentleman named Vishal Sapuram. Vishal grew up in Austin, Texas. He attended the University of Texas at Austin, where he holds bachelor's degrees in economics and in Sanskrit. Vishal's been a musician and a very skilled one from a very young age. In fact, he has been instructing others in musical instruments since the age of 10. So he is tonight accompanying Kapil on an instrument known as the Chitravina, which is otherwise known as a fretless lute. Most veenas, or lutes, that people are familiar with in Indian classical music have frets, and thus the way that you play the instrument is very different. This is an extremely difficult instrument to play and very rare, and Vishal is gracious enough to accompany Kapil tonight on that instrument. So I'd like to invite Vishal onto the stage. And finally, our star of the show, a rising senior at Westview High School, the one and only Kapil K. Varma. I'd like to invite him on the stage. All right, and with that, we are ready to get started with the show. Just a few quick housekeeping items. Please silence all your cell phones. No flash photography from the audience, please. It will distract the musicians. And finally, for those of you who are looking for the restrooms, they are right outside the auditorium. You can't miss them. So with that, sit back and enjoy the show. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. Let's give another big round of applause for the piece which Vishal just played and accompanied by Kapil and myself is a traditional opening piece called Varma-Pathial. Our teacher, honored teacher, Sri T.H. Subhash Chandran, it's his choice to open every concert with this particular piece. And in that, Kapil demonstrated a lot of call and response patterns in multiples of 8s as well as multiples of 6s, going back and forth with Vishal. Kapil is extremely lucky because in our tradition, we consider Mata, Pita, Guru, and then God. That is the mother, father, the teacher, and then God. And he's lucky to have all of them here, on this occasion, blessing him to take his skill to greater heights. both Kishore and Shubha have done a great job in inculcating, the sense of hard work and seriousness in whatever Kapil is taken. So, and they are both pillars of the community and give back to the community. And Kapil also, in addition to being a very good student, can I share with them and embarrass you that you have a perfect score in ACT? He is also got a very good art to back up his studies, and he also gives back to the community by being part of the board in an organization which helps underprivileged. So with that, this concert is going to have three main pieces. We just did one, and then before the second main piece, we're going to do a short piece. Is that okay? Shall we do that? That is Samaja Varagamana. It's another small piece composed in the 8-beat cycle. There you go. rhythmic system, the South Indian rhythmic system, is based on vocal percussion. It's called Sollukattu. A refined version of it is called the Konnakol. It goes something like takadimi takajunu takadimi takajunu takadimi takajunu takadina tam takadimi takajunu takadina tam takadina tam takadina tam, and so on. So, and when Kapil plays on the Ghatam, he exactly plays the same notes. The king of Konnakol, or the absolute authority on Konnakol, is Sri T.H. Subhash Chandran. We are honored to have him here today. He has mesmerized fans around the world with this brilliant Konnakol performance. We are all lucky to have him visit us from time to time, as well as be a wonderful teacher for all of us. And in this piece, we are going to have Kapil show several call and response patterns in Khandam, which is 5/8. For example, shall we try a little bit? Do you have a mic on you? Oh, that's fine. Tam kitaki natta kitaki tam tam. Tam kitaki tam tam. Tam kitaki tam tam. Give him a big round. He did better than me without a mic. So, but the next piece is going to be a 6-beat cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in this there are going to be a lot of call and response patterns in Khandam or 5/8. It is a piece called Sitama Mayama, and it is set in Vasanta Ragam and Rupakatalam. There we go.
Thank you.
Before we move on to the main piece, in which Kapil will play along solo, we're going to play another short piece. A little bit about Vishal, the Chitrivina. He has become a regular for Sri Subhash's Arangetram. This is the fourth time you are playing for the debut performance of one of the students of Sri Subhash Chandran. And he studied in Austin, went to school here, and then decided to take music as his profession. So he's now, he lives in India and tours around the world giving performances. Let's give him a big round. The next piece is a short piece before we come up with another, the long piece is called Annapurni Visalakshi. It's a briskly paced item, which is in praise of a goddess, Annapurni, who has wide eyes. Here you go. we come to the main piece in which Kapil will play long solos in 8-beat cycle called Adi Thalam. It goes like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And just to mix it up, I'll play short interludes out between his solos. And toward the end, we'll just go back and forth and call and response patterns and end in a grand finale with Vishal. All the rhythmic compositions for all the songs have been said by our teacher, our Guru, Sri T.H. Subhash Chandran. He has meticulously chosen the items which truly represent the art form and also shows the level of learning that Kapil has accomplished. So at the beginning of the song, Vishal will play a short solo by himself, and it will be followed by Kapil and me accompanying him on the composition. going to come back for a couple of short pieces, but before that, I think the family would like to honor Kapil's Ghatam Guru from India, Sri T.H. Subhash Chandran.
Hello. Hello, everyone. We're very happy that you're all here to share the special moment with Kapil. And would you, Mama, please come on the stage?
Finally, we'd also like to call Vishal onto the stage as well. The next thing we'd like to do is we have the track list from this concert professionally pre-recorded in a studio, of which we've made CDs. These CDs will be available if you inquire about them at the end of the show. And we'd like to initiate the release of that CD by giving them all to Kapil's various gurus. First one will go to Subhash. Next, we'll go to Shankar. Then we'll go to Mulyanko. And finally, we'll go to Vishal. Next, my parents would like to say a few words of thanks. Actually, before that, my mom would like to say a few words about Kapil and this occasion.
Hello. So, Sri Subhash would be presenting a certificate of completion in Indian classical music to Kapil Kerala Varma, who has satisfied all the requirements as laid down by the Academy for the award of the said certificate.
நாடுடைய பெரிவா போற்றி எந்நாட்டவருக்கும் இறைவா போற்றி சர்வஜா சர்வவியாபி பெரிவா சரணம் மாயப்பிரபர்க்கும் மகாபிரகாரன் போற்றி. முதல்ல அந்த குழந்தை ஹேண்ட்ஸம் மேன். ஸ்டேஜுக்கு பார்க்குறம்போது அது கிளாசிக்கல் மியூசிக் வாசிக்கிற போது ஸ்டேஜில் அப்பியரன்ஸ் இருக்கணும். முதல்ல ரொம்ப அழகாக இருக்கணும். அப்படி இருந்தால் தான் அதுவே 70% அதை ஹேண்ட்ஸம் மேன் ஃபஸ்ட். ரெண்டாவது அவள் ஃபேமிலி ஒரு 5-6 தடவை வந்திருப்பா இந்தியாவுக்கு. வந்து அவனை அழைச்சி வந்து அதனால தான் இந்த எஃபெக்ட் கிடைக்கிறது. இல்லைன்னா இவ்வளோ நல்லா வாசிக்க முடியாது, பண்ண முடியாது. 4-5 தடவை வந்து அதை இவ்வளோ எந்தூசியாசமாக அதை கற்றுக்கணும்னு வந்திருக்கான். ரெண்டாவது அவன் வந்து ரொம்ப உழைப்பாளி. எல்லாரும் இப்படி உட்காருவான், அவன் நல்லா சம்பளம் இப்படி உட்காந்துருவான். அழகா 1 மணி நேரம் உட்காந்து 10 நிமிடம் வச்சு எழுந்துருவான். முடியல இப்படி ஆட ஆரம்பிச்சிருவான். ஆனால் 1 ஹவர் நான் சொன்ன ஆளை ஒழிய அவன் எழுதுக்க மாட்டான். அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு நாளைக்கு 4 மணி நேரம்.
It's my pleasure to translate and paraphrase. First, he said it 3 times. He said it 3 times that, very handsome boy and brings a lot of stage presence because of how handsome he is. And it's an important aspect to have in Carnatic music as well as in any stage. So, a big round of applause for Kapil. Second, he talked about the number of times both him and his parents have taken Kapil to Mama in India 5 or 6 times, and how hardworking he has been each single time he has been there. He has spent hours and hours and hours of time practicing with Mama, and what he specifically mentioned was, unlike most of the other folks who can't sit still and listen to Mama for a whole hour plus, Kapil was always attentive and sitting down and spent the entire hour. Won't get up until Mama gives him permission to get up and move on. So all that hard work is what has paid off for him today in how well he played.
இன்னொன்று என்னன்னா, நிறைய அரங்கேற்றம் பண்ணியிருக்கேன். எல்லா பசங்களும் இப்படி தான் வாசிப்பான், இப்படி திரும்பியே வாசிக்க மாட்டான். நீங்கள் பார்த்துக்கலாம், நம்மளை பார்க்கவே மாட்டான். அவன் வந்து இன்னைக்கு பூரா என்னையே பார்த்துட்டு சிரிச்சுட்டு லாப் பண்ணி என்ன மாதிரியே வாசிச்சிருக்கான். பார்க்கவே மாட்டேன், திமிட்டுருவான். எல்லா பக்கங்களும் பார்த்து இன்னைக்கு அவன் ஆனால் சொல்லவே இல்லை. அவன் என்னை பார்த்து தாளத்தை பார்த்துட்டு சிரிச்சுட்டு ஹாப்பியாக கச்சேரியில் ஹாப்பியாக வாசிக்கணும். நம்ம ஏதோ வந்து பறி கொடுத்தா மாதிரி வாசிக்கக்கூடாது. ரொம்ப ஆனந்தமாக ரொம்ப அலட்சியமாக வாசிக்கணும் தான். அதுவே 90% சக்ஸஸ்.
So most students tend to look away from the teacher and they're looking behind because there's a little bit of stage fear in all of that. And Kapil today, was contrary to all of that. Was watching Mama's talam very intently, but at the same time he had a smile on his face the entire time, and he actually reflected the fact that he was enjoying the concert, every minute of it on stage. And Mama was saying that is 90% of the success criteria for any good concert.
அவன் மிருதங்கம் கற்றுனான். சங்கர் சார் தான் ஆரம்பித்தார். அப்புறமா நான் வந்தேன். ரொம்ப நாளாக சொல்லி வச்சுருந்தேன். தேர்ட் சாப்டர் வந்து நான் சொன்னேன். நான் அப்புறமா நானும் சொல்லிக் கொடுத்துருந்தேன். இன்டர்நெட்லேயே கற்றுனான் மிருதங்கம். திடீர்னு வந்தேன். ஒரு தடவை நிற்கவே வந்தேன். சங்கர் சார் சொன்ன அவனை கருத்துக்கொள்ளலாம் சார், எனக்கு இன்னும் தோன்றது ரொம்ப நல்லா வருவான் அப்படின்னு. சங்கர் சார் நீங்கள் என்ன சொல்கிறோம் செய்யுங்க சார் அப்படின்னார். கருத்துக்கு விட்டேன். அவள் ஃபேமிலியே மிருதகத்தில் பெரிய இதாக இருந்திருக்கா. அவள் தாத்தா கிராண்ட் ஃபாதர் பெரிய மிருதக ஆர்டிஸ்டாக இருந்திருக்கா. அதனால தான் அந்த ஞானம் உங்களுக்கு வந்திருக்கு. எனக்கு டக்குன்னு தோணுது கடம் வாசிக்கிட்டோம்னு. கடம் வாசிச்சா கடங்கிறதுக்கு பானை பிடித்தவள் பாக்கியசாலிப்பா, பெரிய பாக்கியசாலி அவன் கிடைச்சிருக்கு. அது வந்து ஏன்னா வெஜிடேரியன் இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட், மற்றெல்லாம் ஸ்கின் இருக்கும், அதில் ஒன்றுமே இருக்காது. சன்னியாசி இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட் கலர் பஞ்சோல 5 இதுவும் இருக்கு. அதில் காற்று, நெருப்பு, பூமி எல்லாம் உள்ள அது எல்லாருக்கும் கிடைக்காது. தெய்வாக்கு ஒன்று கிடைச்சிருக்கு.
So Sri Shankar started him out on Mridangam. He's got a lineage of, his grandfather playing Mridangam, being a big Mridangam Vidwan. And, he was doing really well with Sri Shankar. But when Mama came one time, and he's been learning from Mama also, when he got to the 3rd chapter level and when Mama had visited once, he somehow had the intuition that, Ghatam would be a very suitable instrument for him. And then he also talked a little bit about how Ghatam being a vegetarian instrument. So, what he means is, all 5, we call it Panchabhudam, all in Ghatam, because you've got, it's made out of clay, earth, air, water, fire, so everything goes into it. But you have to be lucky to inherit that instrument. You have to be inherently have a talent for it, and you have to have a sense of line for it. And Mama says he's very blessed to be able to get to that instrument.
சங்கர் சார் ஆரம்பிச்சதுனால தான் இவ்வளவு பேர்லாம் இங்கே நிறைய வரா. முதல்ல ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிளாப்ஸ் எதுவுமே அவருக்கு இது கொடுங்க. அவரும் நல்ல டீச்சர், நல்ல வாசிக்கூடியவர், எல்லாம் உள்ளவர். அதனால ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம். அவர் டெவலப் பண்றது ஒரு பெரிய வேகத்தை பண்ற மாதிரி பண்றாரு. சந்தோஷம். அந்த இடத்துக்கு எனக்கு இப்போ நான் சொல்லிக் கொடுத்தேன்னா அதை ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணி அவனுக்கு டெவலப் பண்ணணும்னா எனக்கு சீனியர் மோஸ்ட் அவனும் மிருதம் வாசித்தார். பாலகுடி அவரும் மிருதம் வாசித்தவர், எங்கள் வாத்தியார்கிட்ட கற்றுட்டவர் அவர். அப்புறமா மிருதங்க என்கிட்ட கற்றுட்டா. அப்புறம் நான் சொன்ன முரளி நீ மிருதங்கத்தோட இடத்துக்கு வா, நல்லா இருக்கும்னு. மாமா நீங்கள் என்ன சொன்னாலும் செய்கிறேன்னு. இன்னைக்கு அவருக்கு ஒவ்வொன்றும் வாசிச்சுட்டு இருக்கார். அவரும் நிறைய அவனுக்கு கூட வாசிச்சு ப்ராக்டிஸ் பண்ணி ரொம்ப அதனால எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்ததுனால தான் கச்சேரி ஒரு நல்லா இருக்கு. அவருக்கு ஒரு பெரிய ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம். விஷால் இந்த இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட்டுக்கு, கடம் இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட்டுக்கு ஒன்று வீணை இருக்கணும், இல்லை இந்த கோட்டு வாத்தியம் சித்திர வீணா இருக்கணும். அது வீணை தான். இந்த மாதிரி இருந்தால் தான் சூட்டபிள் ஆகும். பெரிய அச்சீவ்மெண்ட் ஒரு மிருதங்கம் இல்லாத, ஒரு இன்ஸ்ட்ருமெண்ட் இல்லாத ஒரு இடத்த ஃபுல்லாக 1.5 மணி நேரம் வாசிச்சு கச்சேரி பண்ணுறதுங்கிறது சாதாரண காரியம் இல்லை. அது நிஜமாக ஒரு சப்போர்ட்டில் பண்ண முடியாது, வாசிக்கவும் முடியாது. அதெல்லாம் ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஸ்டேஜே அந்த மாதிரி வாசிக்கிறதுங்கிறது ரொம்ப பெரிய காரியம். ரொம்ப ஞானமாக வாசிச்சுட்டு ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமாக விஷயம் அதை சொல்லணும்.
So first he talked about Sri Shankar. Sri Shankar has been instrumental in a lot of students coming up in the Portland area in the Carnatic percussion style. He has been running a school for a long time, and even though Mama didn't mention that, I will mention it. Shankar has been doing it as a service to the entire community. He has not collected a single penny from any of them as a fees. So he does it truly out of his own passion, and not to mention he by his own right a fantastic percussion player of all different things. He played mridangam, he plays morsing, so different instruments. He also mentioned about Murali Krishna, his Mama's senior student. Murali actually started with Mama's teacher and then switched over to Mama. Was also playing mridangam. Similar to Kapil, Mama switched him over to Ghatam, and he's been extremely successful. And he's also instrumental in Kapil being, where he is today, sitting down with Kapil and putting in a lot of extra practice time, after learning from Mama. So a big round of applause for Shankar and And then finally, Mama talked about, the kind of instruments that can go for a Ghatam Arangetram. You have to have a veena, a stringed instrument primarily, because that's what would be suitable to play for a Ghatam, particularly when there is no mridangam on the stage. So to play Ghatam for an hour and a half without having mridangam on stage is an achievement in itself, and so fantastic for Kapil that he did that. And Mama also talked talk quite a bit about Vishal, how Vishal has brought such live and passionate music onto the stage, and how he is instrumentally. This is his 4th Arangetram with Mama students, so he has been very successful in adapting and getting Mama students to shine on the stage, which is a big accomplishment.
ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம், ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்கு. கச்சேரி கேட்கறதுக்கு குளுமையா, இனிமையா, ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா, அழகா பாடிச்சா, அழகா இருந்தான்.
Mama finally said, a pleasing concert where he can also look at the artists on the stage and feel pleased about their presence on the stage and their appearance on the stage, particularly Kapil. One more time, hands for the hands.
As I mentioned before, my parents would like to come up and say a few words of thanks, so I'm going to have them do that now.
Thank you. I wanted to start with Subhash Mama, Shankar and Murali for transforming a fidgety, extremely naughty child to a disciplined, talented, confident young man today. Prabha for giving support every step of the way. Vishal for coming from India to play with Kapil. Shankar for accepting to play Morsing at the very last minute. Mama added him day before yesterday, And of course, kids, both of them picked it up and ran with it. And MJCC for such a nice facility. And Bethany West with working with us, we made it go through a lot to make sure that the hall is ready. Daniel for support for the audio. Wonderful work, Daniel. And Pradeep and Vidya for their unflinching support in Chennai. And Mallikarjun for coming and taking care of Kapil during his trips to Chennai. And Devamai and Renu for being my right hand in India. And our family traveled from out of town just to be with us, for this important milestone. Shailaja and Rishi and Nalimai. I realized that when a project of this large scope comes to you, there's a group of volunteers that comes and works with you and become part of your family. And we gained many such members in our family. If I have to list all they have done, I will be here all night. So let me just mention their names. Badresh Shah, Bhavesh Parekh, Chandra and Raji Nair, Chandrika Nimagada, Ishwar and Aparna, Deepak Kumar, Ganesh and Meera, Jagan and Sureka, Janaki and Krishnan, Lalita and Srinivas, Madhu Narayan, Maya Sanjay, Mohan and Rama, Nisha and Amarish, Neetu and Sanjay, Kala and Anand, Praveen Gopal Krishnan, Rajiv and Swati, Raman Srinivasan, Sarita and Satish, Samu and Anup, Sudhir Menon, Surya Iyer, Swati Pokaria, R.C. Sankara, and Kapil's buddies, Habi, Keshav, Sachin, and Vivek. And certainly I want to thank Kapil for his amazing perseverance. He blossomed into such a well-grounded person who is a joy to me. Ghatam for being a wonderful big brother for Kapil. And my dad for passing the prodigious talent. He must be watching this show from up in the heavens now and being a proud grandfather. Maria and his Montessori school teacher for shaping his personality. Khod Tamarai Pakam for making the lovely gift bags that you will be taking with you as you leave today. And last but not least, Pujya Guruji Swami Teja Mahinda for motivating Kapil in every step of the way. And those who are watching this webcast now, encouraging Kapil and participating in this incredible journey he has taken. And thank you all.
And now Kapil would like to come onto the stage to say a few words about what chord means to him and why he chose to donate the proceeds and the gifts that he received today to chord.
First off, I'd like to thank everyone for coming here today. It really means a lot to me that you took time out of your schedules to come and see me play. But specifically, I'd like to thank my teachers, Subhash Mama, Murli Uncle, and Shankar Uncle, because you guys really helped me every step of the way, put up with all my misfit and all that. That was really nice of you. And of course, I'd like to thank my parents and my brother for helping me along the way. My mom made the flyers. My dad stayed with me for 3 weeks in Chennai when it was really hot. And my brother emceed this whole thing and took me to Shankar Uncle's house way up on the hill when I couldn't drive myself. And with that, I think all of you just really means a lot to me that you came here. And all the aunties and uncles from Balavi who helped out with this. You went from just being aunties and uncles, being my aunties and uncles. So thank you for that. So if you look at your flyers, you'll see that I talk about an organization called CORE. So CORE, or Chinmaya Organization for Rural Development, is a type of organization that just goes to rural India and they help them out, starting with the mothers there, because unfortunately there's a large rate of alcoholism there, and some of the men are not in a position to take jobs or sustain jobs. So we go to the women and we teach them a trade, and we just try to give them the respect that they deserve, and we just help them build up themselves by themselves, and we set up banks there, and they can withdraw and deposit as much as they want. And it really means a lot to me, especially since I went to one of the more rural centers. It's 5 hours away from the airport, a really long ride, but it's in Odisha, and there's a doctor there. She runs it, Dr. Ghatam. She runs a clinic there every week, and she also has an ambulance there. But unfortunately, this ambulance it's not very young. It's pretty old, probably older than me, and it has no shocks at all. And it's very painful for people to ride it. Actually, I remember my dad and we went in that, and I could feel every bump in the road. So what I'd like to do with the money that all of you are giving me today, I'd like to be able to help CORD in some way like that. Like maybe buy them a new ambulance, or just help them out. Help out these rural centers, just provide for people. So, thank you.
All right, so with that, we are going to resume the show. Now, the main portion of the show has been concluded. That was concluded with the main song that Kapil just played. He'll be playing us a couple more concluding pieces to close out the show. So, a couple more housekeeping items for right after the show. There will be refreshments in the back. Please join us for that. There will also be an information booth about CORD where you can learn more. You can donate if you'd like, so please stop by there. We will also be giving out gift bags, one per family, and upon request, as mentioned earlier, you can get a CD with the track list from today's concert, pre-recorded professionally in the studio, so please do inquire about that if interested. With that, I think we are set to resume the show. So again, sit back, relax, and we'll conclude with a few more pieces. Thank you.
So we're going to have a couple of short pieces. One on praising Lord Rama, another piece in the beautiful ragam Sindhu Bhairavi on Lord Krishna, and then end with Maitrim Bhajata, which is a popular item and which seeks peace in the world. It's very relevant today as there is so much unrest everywhere.
As mentioned before, please join us for refreshments in the back.
I just had my
Check it out.